I've been thinking a lot about the Grapes of Wrath. One of the characters in the early story is the Grandpa Jode. And Grandpa Jode is described as energetic and sprightly. He makes inappropriate comments, still very enthusiastic about his wife and all these things. And I think one of the reasons for that is that he's working on a daily basis. He has a relationship to the land that involves planting and harvesting. And all that takes a lot of physical strength. There's the saying, use it or lose it, where if we're moving and bending and lifting and carrying on a daily basis, we maintain the musculature and the flexibility to do all those things. And, there's a lot of ableism around all this, and there's, of course, caveats and addenda. But I think what's important is, as I get older, I think to myself, how much of my professional life as a teacher was either sitting in a chair or standing. I taught on the third floor, so I got to do 2 flights of stairs each day. But I had to really be intentional if I wanted to do any kind of stretching, if I wanted to do any kind of lifting. That wasn't the kind of work that I had. And so as I think about my future, I think about doing more things with my body. I think about doing physical labor. And so when I found myself in Pittsburgh, I was very excited about it snowing. I wanted to shovel snow. And, it felt good to move my body. It hurt 2 days later, but it felt good, even in the pain. And so as I think about where I want to live and what I want to do, I think a lot about gardening and farming and making things out of things that I've grown, whether that's willow reed baskets, whether that's hanging art pieces, whether that's painted gourds. I think about actually producing things. So much of my professional life has been the transmission of knowledge, and it's important to do heady stuff from time to time, but elite culture, if you will, de-importance actual work and lionizes just thinking or, creating money. I think that's backwards. I find that the direction that I want to go from a philosophical standpoint and the direction that I want to go from an embodied standpoint are the same, and it's toward more activity. And so I'm thinking about 1 or more acres. I'm thinking about moving and planting and working outdoors, for goodness sake.